Welcome, loungers. Welcome back to City Lounge After Dark. You are with your host, DJ Mary B. Before we get into it, I just wanted to say welcome if it's your first time. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. If you're coming back, thank you, loungers, for kicking it with us. You already know what it is. Before we get into it, I just wanted to give a shout out to Rooted by Royalty. I am wearing her beautiful jewelry. These are her earrings. As you can see, they're in the shape of the continent Africa. They're beautiful. I will leave the link down below so that you can visit her Instagram and see all the crazy nice merch that she has. And I am proud to say the sponsor of today is by my brother. He is selling his own wine. It's called De Sex. You guys already know what it is. Support Black businesses. This is the Pinot Grigio. And you already know if you're chilling with your girls, if you're around friends, this is the perfect wine that you might want to have. So I will leave the link down below so that you can go to Rooted by Royalty and also De Sex. All right, guys, if you're ready, let's go. This episode is going to be jokes. So let's do this. What's up, loungers? Welcome. We are here with the girls today in honor of Women's Month. It's March. So I brought the gang here. So before we get started, I'm going to have everybody introduce themselves. And we're going to start off with you, Jessica.
I go by Bambi.
Okay.
That's my name, government name. It's on my ID.
And next.
Deja. That's it.
And last but not least, we
Y'all
got
already know who it is in the building. D2 times of the cup, period.
Pin that. And that's Cousin D. And this episode is called Rolling with the Homies. All right, guys. So you guys already know what it is. When you link up with your girls, you guys play Uno, you guys get wine in your system, topics come up. Everybody has an opinion, so that's what we're doing today. Minus the Uno, okay? So we're just gonna kick it off with Black Love, y'all. Black love. Love, Black love. 2 snaps for Black love. Now, this couple, I mean, there's controversy with this couple. You have some people that are like, oh no, and some people that are like, yeah, let's do it. So I'm all for it. Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan, I'm all for it. 2 snaps.
Yeah, I don't see any form of disapproval there.
No.
Why not?
Well, it's simple. Like, I feel what Lori Harvey is doing is her. You know, you have one life to live, and she's exploring and living on her 20s.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I mean, I know there's just some discrepancy. Let me not use big words. Discrepancy, right? I know that, you know, some people are like, okay, she did this and she did that. I know that's where you're coming with, but I feel like, yeah, like she explored her options. Mm-hmm. You know, she's in her 20s and like, let the girl live. Like, would we rather let her stay with somebody and be miserable and be like Future's like 28th baby mother, or let her be with Michael Jordan and be happy and living her life, you know? That's how I feel.
Can you see my lip quivering? Because I don't agree. Let's get this started over here. I'm in my 20s and I'm all for exploring your options. But from you jump from a daddy to a son? You nasty. you nasty. Sex or not, that's just weird.
But
like,
was she really dating Diddy?
But that's why I did this, because I was like, oh, like, you know, she dated, you know, the father and the son. But it's like, we've seen her with Diddy, but like, we don't know if she did that. And if she did that.
But yeah, okay. Whether doesn't matter if she had sex with him or not. It's just like me and my boyfriend break up and I'm like with his dad like all the time. He buys me stuff. He treats me like I'm his girlfriend, whether we're dating officially or not. That's just wrong to me.
But we talking about Diddy.
Granted.
I mean, her mother taught her well. She's probably like, yo, just chill with Diddy. He'll buy you this and buy you that. Because Diddy's known to take people shopping. He's known to spend money on people. So that's probably what she was chilling around him for.
I'm with it.
You know, that's how I feel. That's how I feel, you know?
I feel like it's all PR stunt because we all know Michael B. Jordan does not like black women. So when did this
have you seen Lori Harvey though? Like, she's beautiful.
Says who? And why can't he start liking black women now?
Is there a time limit that I don't know about?
don't even at me.
I just feel like, yeah, I mean, he probably did say that, but then he got a list of Lori Harvey and shit. She made him eat his words, okay?
He did Black Panther. He saw all these black women. Said, this is it.
Like, yo, he's holding it down.
And he ain't going back.
And like, I think for me, what it is like, you know, I'm not sure their age difference, but I mean, it works. It looks good. They look good. I think it's better than Lionel Richie with his 20-year-old daughter.
She's 30. Don't do that. Don't do that.
With a 30-year-old girl. Like, what are you, 70 and 30? How do you guys feel about that? Like, a man being so old dating a woman so young.
Okay, well, first of all, have you guys checked the birth certificates of your grandparents?
No, but
Nah, I don't think they did it so.
It starts.
Nah, I don't think they did it so.
What?
It wasn't so.
It wasn't so okay.
So much of a gap.
Actually, you
like,
never know
it's
because,
most-
like, no, you never know because back in the day when your great grandfather was riding on a horse in his 60s. Don't look 60 because you know black don't crack. But in his 60s, and your 20-year-old grandmother is working or singing in church or something.
Nah,
Can people in
not
their
that far
60s?
today,
Yeah,
child.
it's not
Not that far. I feel like in the West Indies it's like maybe 12, 13 year gap. But 60
Yeah,
and
but-
20, I mean, I know you're probably doing hypothetically, air quotes,
yes,
but
yes.
Nah, but it's not.
Nah,
it's never that. It's never that deep. But for 71 to 30.
that's just too far. I mean,
But then again, sorry to cut you.
No, it's okay.
Everyone has their opinion. Maybe she just likes old guys, and maybe he's just like looking for fun, looking for someone to play around with. Because you know,
course he
older
is.
women can't really do that. Their back hurt, their knee hurt, their toe break.
God,
Their teeth is falling out. Like
nah, you can't say that. Like some women, you know what I'm saying? Like
Look
they're
at Madonna and her
yeah, like
man.
some people are. I mean, that's probably Didi's experience of what she sees. I feel like it's even in the black culture, like back home, younger girls do go with older men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just they want to be taken
They
care of
wanna
and
be
stuff.
taken care
But
of.
70 and 30 to me, nah, I'm not.
Yeah,
But
it's
you
like-
know what you just touched on? The word culture. As in, like, different races and different groups of people. That'd be racist. You know, their differences of how they grow. So, for instance, like, you know, I'm just throwing it out there in Saudi Arabia. You know what I mean? Where you have a young girl and an older man.
Yes,
Sometimes it's arranged.
a lot of times.
You ain't got a choice.
Yeah.
Unless, you know, you are keen from coming to America and you tell your dad, hey, I want to find love on my own, but sometimes
But
it's
that's the
arranged.
norm. That's the
Speaking
norm.
of-
But that's what I
Coming
mean.
to
So,
America.
like, you know, like other places in the world,
it is
it's
normal.
different. It's different for everybody.
Yeah, I agree. What
Yeah.
were you gonna say, Didi?
I was gonna say, Coming to America 2 is out. Yay! I seen it though.
So did I.
Okay, next.
Okay, so so moving on to that, we got B Simone on Manifesting Love. Oh my God, I loved everything B Simone said about
Yeah,
that.
facts.
I agree.
She just spoke facts. If you want a man with money, are you making money? With the TikTok sound.
But here's the thing, too, about, you know, what B Simone is saying and everybody being on B Simone. If your platform is bigger than other people's, don't hate, elevate.
Period.
Because,
Pin that.
yeah, because instead of saying, oh, you know, you read my book and you stole this, she said it differently, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, that was the backlash, right?
Yeah,
She
because
said it
they
differently, I'm pretty
they-
sure. And I'm pretty sure, like, again, what you said, probably you've heard before.
Yeah.
Unless you
And-
Jesus, but
But I just go ahead.
I just feel like if I said something and someone like B Simone were to reuse it, I would be flattered. Like, you're inspired by me? Come on, are you dumb?
And if you really take it in, a lot of people say the same things, but they add in their personality. Like, did you see the way she said it?
Yes.
She's like, come on. And I love me some B Simone. So it's her delivery, it's the way she said it. Like, you know, we can resonate with that. I think everything she said, she was on point. I do believe that if you want a partner to be a certain way, you got to match that because whoever you're with is a reflection of you.
Yes.
Right? And me and Sean said it in our previous episodes, like, you want somebody that's going to compliment you. And also too, like, it's just an excuse to, like, if you're one of those people that are like, oh my God, I can't live life without a man, like, that's a way to, like, better yourself so that you can be that woman for that man. So Shout out to be Simone for that. We loved it, girl. Anybody that hated on it, I don't know what to say about you guys, but
Elevate.
Yeah, like come on, it's all about perspective. Like, why are we focused on? She wasn't the first person that said it. Like, she said it. Resonate with it or not. You know what I mean?
Or trademark it.
Exactly. And how do you feel about that?
I feel like everything she said was facts. I love everything she said. The only thing I'm going to say about women, they need to stop focusing on men so much.
Yes.
Agreed.
Ooh.
Women, all we talk about is men. We don't have jobs, we're talking about men. We don't have a car, we're talking about men.
But guess what? All when we have those things, what are we still talking about?
Man.
Thank you.
Well, not me. I'm a baby.
That's true.
Yeah, no men for you.
I mean, you're right. But I feel like...
You know why?
I think that depends. Yeah,
It's a balance. You know,
it's a balance, but I feel it also depends your circle. You know, those are the different type of conversations you'll have. You know,
I feel like your men should not be your focus. Men should not be the be all end all.
End all, be all, yeah.
I mean, you can mention them in a conversation, but it shouldn't be the topic of discussion all the time. You know what I mean? Like, oh my god, I wish I had a man. Like, there's some girls. I have a man, girl. Like, what? Like, if you don't go out and like get your life,
Those are the girls that need a man to take care of them, or they depend
or
on a man.
validation.
Yeah, like
They need
all
that
of those
validation.
things.
Like, if I don't have a man, then I'm not worthy. Like, nah. Like, I will say this, and I'll say it all the time, girls. Do the most in your single season. Like, if you're unhappy single, you're not going to be happy in a relationship. You should not be putting that burden on somebody to make you happy. Be happy on your own, so that when this man comes into your life, you guys can be happy together.
Yes.
You guys should be living your separate lives. You should be chilling with your girl, he chills with his men, and then when you guys come together, there's something to talk about. Do you know what I mean?
I
So,
totally agree.
just do the most in your single season. Be happy on your single season. Therefore, you're not putting that burden on somebody to make you feel whole, make you feel, you know?
So with that being said, why do you think women are so frustrated with men who don't have a vision or like a purpose? If you're saying like, well, according to Bambi, we shouldn't even be focusing on men like that.
Yeah.
So why does it trigger us that if a man doesn't have a vision or a purpose, we're just like, oh my God.
I think for women, it's we have a biological clock. So we're just like, how are you 30 and don't have your shit together? You know what I mean? Because like by 30, I'm not saying every woman does, but we mature faster than men, right? Especially the ones that have kids. You know, your kids are gonna put you on point. You know, so
Not always, but
not all. Yes, yeah, girl, you're facts. Not always, but I think that's what it is. I think sometimes, you know, as women, you know, we just look at a man like, why don't you have your shit together by a certain age? So that is kind of frustrating because, you know, we have our shit, but we have to remember, like, everybody's different. Everybody, you know, they elevate differently.
everybody is.
What would you guys say about that?
I would say everybody runs at their or walks at their own pace.
I think also we're in different timing, right, than our parents.
Yes.
Our parents, you know, they had kids by 19, got married by like 22, you know, or they got married by 18, had kids at 19. They're not like us, but it's just to say that our time is different, right? So the men nowadays, they're taking so much longer. So much longer than the men back then. And we gotta take in mind that the men back then, to our parents and stuff, like, yeah, they got married young, but let's be real, like, were our dads all perfect and while they got married young?
They weren't, but I feel like men back in the day, they took care of home. Like, they did their shit, but they made sure that they gave the woman the money. Like, how many of your grandparents or grandfather worked? Like, my grandfather, he worked, and he gave grandma the money. And grandma paid the bills.
Yeah.
If you guys watch the movie Fences with Viola Davis and Denzel Washington, she couldn't believe he was stepping out. I didn't know he was stepping out because he took care of home.
Yep.
And I feel like that's what men need to do. Like, take care of home. Take care of home first.
But don't
Yeah,
step
but we're
out.
not
No,
accepting
don't-
that.
no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're not accepting
I'm not
that.
saying that. I'm not saying that. I mean, I'm saying that take care of home. Like, that should be your main focus. And Sean said that. Women should not be your focus. Work on yourself. Take care of home. Period. Don't go and give your girl a bun. Take care of home.
That's not what we're saying.
Yeah,
That's not what we're saying.
In
We're
the
just saying
media,
back
they
in the day.
promote that. They promote that stuff.
They promote what?
Like cheating.
Having multiple women, it's seen as, oh my God, you're such a G. I respect that. No.
Yeah.
But I also feel like that falls into play with, I remember watching an interview, and Denzel Washington basically said, like, and Sean said it too, there's a lot of fathers not in the household to show these men to be men. They don't have, a lot of them don't have that, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh God, another brain fart. Yeah, that father figure, you know? That example. A lot of them don't have that, you know? They're learning from the streets or...
I beg to differ.
Okay, go ahead.
And the reason why I say that, because there are people who live in a family home, like they have both parents, and yet somehow, some way...
There's that disconnect.
Yeah. So even if you have parents that are in the same household, is it really helping you? Because at the same time, it's like, you know, are your parents
it just goes
toxic?
back to that question.
Are your parents not toxic? Like
very true.
So it's like whether you have him there or not, I think the dynamic of the relationship that you're shown is the big picture versus who's there.
Yes.
Because it doesn't matter who's there from who's not there. It's what are you being shown.
Yes.
It just goes back to like absent father and toxic mother.
Yes.
It's like
It's
which
what
one's
you
where
being-
it's
Yeah.
same thing.
And it's what are you being taught? What is your example of a man? You know what I mean? Because there's some men, or there's some guys, their fathers did not live in the household with them, but they were so present in their life. You know what I mean? And so because they had that relationship, they end up being good men as well.
Exactly. Or sometimes, you know, I'm not saying always, but you know, when you have a mother who somehow can play that fatherly role and the son actually understands and gets it, then, you know, that's all they know is to love a woman. Like, not saying they're soft or anything, but if that mother was, you know, superwoman. Just saying.
I love that we keep in mind, though, as Black people, you know, we like to use the word toxic a lot with our parents and stuff like that. And our parents come from different cultures. So they're toxic to us here in this Western world. They're not toxic back home. That's still what's happening back home.
Depends on where.
I guess it depends on where, but I ain't Caribbean, so I can't speak on that.
Now we know from a long time ago.
I would agree with you, but I would just rephrase it as to they're toxic in this day and age. But if they were to mother or father us back then, that would be normal.
Yeah. I think times
I
are
agree
changing.
with you. I just think it's
Times
not
have been
the
changing.
environment. I think it's the times.
Yeah, because I feel like the culture back home in a lot of countries.
Speak, sis. Say what you gotta say.
It's not just, I don't want to just specify like West Indian culture. It's everywhere, right? They have, like, that is what they do. And then, you know, they come to Canada and it's like, oh my God, like my mom, for instance, she said she never knew about divorce until she came up here. So it's just kind of like up here, we have a different way of living and a different way of how we deal with things. And back home, that's just the norm.
No, but
So,
that's, like, again, that's in her times. Because I know bare people back home that's been divorced now. Divorce is actually, like, climbing now.
That's
they ain't settling no more.
That's for Caribbeans, because you know, like that where I'm from. I mean, I'm not saying that people don't divorce. That's not what I'm saying, but it's not a norm. Not like here. They're not doing it like here.
Because my dad's from Ghana and they have like multiple wives.
He probably would have had. Thank you.
Yeah. My dad's from Ghana.
Africans have like 5 wives.
My grandfather had 3 wives. My grandfather has 3 wives in Ghana.
But it's culture.
That's his culture. But he has to be able to take care of them. You can't just marry a woman and like, oh no, you have to be able to take care of them. So maybe to them it's like the more wives you have, maybe it's the more the richer you are because you're out here.
Can you pay my bride price?
So jumping into that, how do you guys feel about cancel culture?
Well, you know what? I've always had a mind of my own, and I don't believe it. Like, for instance, just because they have this cancel culture, it depends on what the person did.
No, we don't cancel.
I don't feel like, you know, all of what you didn't know. Now that you do know certain things, that, you know, what they did in their past, for instance, could be very, very good, goes to like unrecognized because of something negative. Like,
we shouldn't just wipe away what people have said after one thing. But at the same time too, you have to take accountability. Like, you know what you're saying, like, let's be, like, for example, the whole alleged Dojo Cat thing, right? Like,
What'd she say?
she said something about,
I think, I don't
N-word
know. I
or
think
whatever.
it's because she used to use the N-word a lot.
yeah. And she's like, you know, just, anyways, they canceled her. Because she was on
No,
camera,
but
she was recorded
It's
saying the
even
N-word.
like, that's now. If you go back to old Doja Cat when she's like, bitch, I'm a cow. Ooh. That song, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know that song. There was a time where she was like, I'm crying because 9 times 1.
Okay.
But she was like using the F slur, the homophobic one, right?
Oh.
Okay.
So people are telling her like,
But we all did.
no, but it's not that. It's the ignorance that she's like, okay, but like I can use it because I have gay friends.
And that's another thing I'm saying where it's like you have to take accountability. Like she knew what she was doing.
She knew it,
what she was
she knew it
saying.
was
And when they
wrong.
caught her on the camera saying Megan, I don't know if she said it like that, but you know she was talking to these
It's
white
not
people.
really that too. It's that she was in she's a gamer, right? So she was in like a game thing and she used it in a bad way towards a black person or like.
I thought it was white guys, but you could be right. I don't know. But either way,
think
she
it
said
was white guys.
either way she said the word.
Yeah.
She got canceled, and I feel like with something like that, you have to take accountability. But I do see your point of view, and like sometimes we cancel people, and it's like everyone's human. You know what I mean? Like have grace. Like they said what they said. I think it just depends on
How far they
take it, how the disrespect is. Like it just
How
depends.
much they do it.
Yeah, how
if
much
it's a
they do it.
recurring
Yeah,
thing,
like if it's a mistake, then can we just give them a blind? You know what I mean?
My thing with cancel culture, though, that it's like it's only applied to celebrities.
You agreed.
That's all. That's all who we cancel. Because I'm hearing you talk about she used the F word when it comes to the gay community. Like I said, we all said it back then. We all said it. Did you cancel all your friends?
But when they said, okay, we don't like this word, did you continue using it?
No, but my thing is, why do celebrities always have to go back and apologize on what they said back then? Do you go back on your platform and apologize for what you said back then?
Time out. You know what I feel? I feel like this generation coming up or up and coming is becoming
Too sensitive.
Way too sensitive.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Sorry, you guys said it for me.
sensitive.
I said it
Oh
for
my
me,
God.
But it's true because, like, you know, with that community, I'm just gonna say that community. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I'm not about to trip up on the letters. That community, that community, like, you know, they have so. I understand, like, you know, that they've had a lot of struggles to come out, be free, and whatever the case, accepted as well. But you know, you just don't go around because you got a taste of power. And you know, I feel like this whole cancel culture is like, you know, someone says something like Twitter and they feel like they have power, so they feel like they can get other people behind them as like a leader. Okay, so like, who is the president of cancel culture? Please tell me.
Yeah.
Can I write a letter to him? Can I PO box him? No, I cannot. So in my head, I'm just like, why do people like me and you give celebrities so much? We give them
So much heat, backlash,
backlash,
smoke.
and where does it say you're the police officer of cancel culture?
But where does it say that they're gods and they're perfect?
Exactly.
so
Like,
do
we
you
gotta
guys-
follow everything they do.
So do you guys think, since you're so against cancel culture, I'm against it too. I'm not for it. I'm iffy about it. Depends. But since we all don't like cancel culture, do you think?
I know where you're going with it.
Do you think that Tekashi 6ix9ine should have been canceled?
Yep.
Nah.
I'm gonna tell you why, okay? This is my opinion on the Tekashi 6ix9ine. I understand why he did what he did in terms of why he snitched. But you weren't built for that life, baby. Like, why did you go in that lifestyle if that was not for you? You couldn't handle the smoke. So that is why he's canceled. A lot of people would sit there and be like, yo, you know what? If he snitched and that was what he did, that's what he did. But why did you portray this lifestyle that you know you are not into, you know you can't upkeep it? That is why people cancel Tekashi 6ix9ine. Because you're snitching and you're trying to claim that you're this big dog and you can do all this. And like, no, you can't.
I don't like to watch too much what the celebrities do, because at the end of the day, I don't believe shit on TV, okay? So, my bad. So Tekashi 6ix9ine, who knows if his label told him to act like this? We don't know. We don't know nothing behind closed doors. But the only reason why I say no to canceling 6ix9ine is because if that was my son, I'm telling him to snitch. I'm telling him to snitch, point blank, period. So, with that being said, I cannot say that I'm canceling Tekashi. That's it.
Well, I'm iffy about it just because, like Miriam said, he did go into a lifestyle that he knew he couldn't uptake, but that was his alter ego. Because I watched the Tekashi documentary on Snapchat. Yes, on Snapchat. And they had they were saying Tekashi is normally a quiet white kid, a nerdy kind of, but his alter ego when he got on stage and he colored his hair like a My Little Pony, and and he felt different. He felt it's like he was on a drug.
It's his alter ego.
So his fame got to his head.
Yeah, so that's exactly what it was, and then he started acting like, oh, this is gonna get me more clout. It's all about the clout. So it's like, at the end of the day, if my homegirl kidnapped me and slept with my baby daddy, even though I don't have kids, I would have snitched. She was here and she did this and that and the other. I'm not. And you threatened my mama? Excuse me? But nah, he shouldn't. I feel like his label kind of failed him when they seen him going into that lifestyle, just being like, this is what it is, and if you can't upkeep it or you can't, there's certain consequences that you don't know you can't handle, don't go into it.
But guess what? As a label, A&R, executive, management, president, whatever, it is all about numbers.
True.
I'm sorry to say, but I've watched too many documentaries on too many artists that, from back in the day, get taken advantage of by their labels.
True.
And managers. So, yeah, Tekashi, he was doing whatever he was doing, but guess what? It was working for his label.
It was bringing in those numbers.
Everybody wants that success, like, oh yeah, my artist is bringing in this, he's making this, he's, you know what I mean? But it's not to say like they don't care. Oh, they care, because once your numbers are at the bottom, that's when you'll see your label, and then they want to get behind you. But when you're off doing it on your own, doing your own thing, they're not worried. When you don't perform, that's when they're worried, it seems like. And from the documentaries that I've seen. So this is not just out of my brain.
That's true, because even Bobby Shmurda's label, that guy, that Negro, he went to jail. The bail was $2 million, and they were like, yeah, you gonna sit your ass up in there.
They were the first people when he came off the plane, though.
And I was reading something, and he was like, yo, I thought they would come for me. And when I read that, because I'm animated, so I read it like it was me, and I was like, shit. I was hurt for him. Because it's just if I get locked up and Miriam don't come for me.
There's no way they were going to come for him.
Yeah, I know, what?
I thought you would come for me after everything I did. I thought we was like this, I'm actually crying.
Facts. Are you kidding me?
Are you still crying about the 9+1?
No.
Sorry, times.
She got emotional. She thought about Miriam leaving her in the bed.
Girl, you know I would not leave you in the bin, girl.
Girl, you better come for me.
I will come for you. You family. I got you.
Still don't leave me.
Okay, so on that topic, moving on. How do you guys feel about storming the Capitol?
Hold on. Bring it back before you go there. Bobby Shmurda. 1 second.
We weren't done. Okay, sorry.
I want to ask you guys how you feel about his welcome home. How you feel about this whole energy about Bobby Shmurda's welcome home?
I liked it. I thought it was good.
It was nice.
It was nice.
It's nice to have him back out in the streets.
What are we celebrating though?
He's back out in the streets.
He held it down.
Okay,
but I know exactly what you're going to say, and I'm going to let you say it because I want to rebuttal it.
See, my thing is, I'm happy to see him home because I don't want nobody in the bed, but I'm just saying that I don't like what we're showing these young boys on the street. It just feels like you do something like Shmurda did.
Or allegedly.
No,
he did that.
Allegedly.
It actually is alleged.
No, allegedly, but what, do you guys think he's clean? He didn't do no crimes?
No, we're not saying that.
Oh, I
but
never
it's-
So
said
I'm just
that
saying,
part.
being Bobby Shmurda,
But okay, but you know,
being Bobby
it's
Shmurda,
televised. You
and-
just never know where it can go. Allegedly. But go ahead.
we're praising negative behavior. And that's what I find wrong. We're showing these young men that go to the bin, stay loyal, and when you come out, the streets will love you, the streets will praise you. And unfortunately, that's not even the reality at the end of the day, because how many people come out of the bin and ain't nobody there?
True. I was just about to touch on that.
But what you have to remember is that's the lifestyle of the streets. To them, we're not in the streets. We're not gangsters. I'm a gang. Are you a gang? Are you a gang?
No.
I'm not a gangster.
I'm not saying I ain't doing no.
But to
Jesus
gangster, it's snitches get stitches. It's ride or
They take that
die.
real serious.
Absolutely.
So
But you
to
have to
them,
remember-
obviously they're gonna praise him. But to us, it's like, nah, you stupid loud.
No, but we praising.
No, but you know what?
We praising. That's the problem. It's not just the people from the street. We praising. Did you see the shade room? We're
Yeah, 'cause
praising.
it's like, I think why people are praising him is because anytime you think of I don't want to bring it back to you because I'm not trying to give you clout, but anytime you think anytime you think of Tekashi, you think of Bobby Shmurda,
yeah.
because it's like, look at what Bobby did. Bobby, even if it was a year extra, he stayed down. He held it down for his crew.
Yeah, he did.
Crew.
I think he did more time so that his other boy didn't
Yeah,
have to
so
do.
he got 7 and the rest of the
Which is
crew
great.
got 6.
Which is great, but I ain't influencing that on my son.
Me neither.
So
Time
I ain't,
out.
I'm not
I ain't
telling my
celebrating that
nephew
for
to-
him.
Okay, time out. This is also what I wanted to insert too, is that all those things or perspective that we are, going off of or going on, that's America. America is way different than Canada. So when you want to talk about the streets in America, that is a different streets than Canada.
True, the
Big
streets out here
time,
is a
big
joke.
time. Like we're not gonna, define how they are. But the point, I'm not saying a street is a street. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you're in the streets, you're in the streets. But it's depicted like what country you're in. If you are, in America, it is different than if you were in the streets in Canada, by far. I'll say this, I'm not picking sides on who's better, who's worse, but based on, things that I've actually seen and have witnessed and depicted or whatnot, it's different. It is very different. And that's the same goes for anywhere. Like, some will say Nigeria streets are, worse than Ghana streets. They're still in Africa, but there's a difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So
Facts.
you gotta look at it from two sides. It's like, Bobby Shmurda, not saying like what he did was great or anything like that, but that's what all he knew and knew what to do, or in a sense, that's what I get from it, versus the other one, the one we're not trying to give clout.
Yeah.
He grew up fine.
Yeah.
He chose to live out his
privileged.
ego versus another person that doesn't have a choice. This is what they go through, but then they depict what they go through in their art, which could be in the form of music, paintings or anything like that. The point is that everything is different. Like everybody grows differently.
Yes.
So when you say you wouldn't want your son to be in a gang, no, you can do that because you're his mother. What if, not saying Bob Shmurda didn't have his mother at the time, because she could be young. Like, she may have not given him the best
she
example.
just knew the streets.
Or maybe she was in the streets herself and that's all he knows.
Or maybe she was working all the time and the streets raised him.
Right. So
You know
there's
what I
so
mean?
many maybes, but the whole point of the maybes was everybody has their own point of view on, it depends on like where you're from too.
Yeah.
That has a big play in it.
At the end of the day, like, shout out to Bobby Shmurda for just holding it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now that we're gonna, I understand your point of view, but he held it down. And it's one thing if like he held it down on his own, like he held it down for his boys too, you know. He showed the world that, you know what, he's loyal, and the world, I feel like Bobby Shmurda is gonna be good till the end of time, because if it's one thing people are gonna remember is that this is what he did.
Facts. Back to starting the Capitol.
They're gonna forget, but yeah.
That was good though. That was good. All right, storming the Capitol, guys. How you guys feel about storming the Capitol?
I feel like okay.
I feel like they were brave, they were bold, they're privileged, but they were brave and they were bold and they did what they thought they had to do. That's how I feel about it.
They did what they thought that they had to do, but they're allowed to do. We're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, because they're privileged.
Exactly, that's what it is. Because like when we do a peaceful protest, we're getting shot,
losing eyes.
Yo, all down to kids, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no respect for Black people at all in America. Here too, but that's another discussion. So it's definitely the white privilege when it comes to storming the Capitol. And that is why it was important that we stay out of it. That's not our business.
But can we point out the 1 or 2 Black Trump supporters that were there that did not fear for their lives? And to be honest, I feel like at that point in time, it just goes to show biasness on the American government's end, because when we were peacefully protesting for y'all to stop killing us, y'all were still killing us. But when we're protesting for Trump to stay in power, you're like, yeah, you're our friend. You're an ally. It just doesn't make sense.
And that was not peaceful.
That was not peaceful at all.
And it's crazy because you get to see the difference in the culture. We were peacefully protesting. These guys legit went in the Capitol. They were opening drawers. But they were doing the most. They were putting up their foot, like just no respect. No respect. You get to see different. And then we are the target. We're this, we're belligerent, we're this and we're that, and we're peacefully protesting. It's like,
I hope we're ready to
wake
stop
up.
peacefully protesting. Just saying. Call me when y'all are ready.
Are you? Oh, so you're ready to lose your life, eh?
Let's go.
It doesn't matter how we show up for each other in terms of being Black.
Be an ancestor.
They're going to take us out. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, there's no consequences when cops kill us. That's why they do it.
True.
There's no, because they can just get away with it, and that's the reason why they do what they do.
Can we talk about how the lady that got killed from storming the Capitol? So I don't know if y'all seen it, but I seen it. There was some white people talking about say her name. I need to adjust my seat.
Who said that?
Because
What's her name?
I don't even know.
What was her name? She said. I don't know her
But
name.
say her name. I feel like that's so disrespectful.
So disrespectful.
I mean that respectfully.
But
That I didn't know her name.
I don't know.
Me neither.
I don't know about her name. I don't know
I
who
really
she is.
don't.
Nah, don't do that. Don't disrespect the women that actually got killed for not doing anything, whether it was resisting arrest. So what? There's so many other white people that resist arrest and they're alive. Did you guys see the video of the guy literally running, dodging the cop, and he's alive? You know what I mean? And then you have Black people who, the guy that died at the Wendy's or the McDonald's, if he was intoxicated, give him a ride home. Or even the video that surfaced the other day with the boy walking in Texas, cold as shit. Why didn't you give him a ride home? Why did you feel the need to, you know what I'm saying, do all that?
They did offer a ride and he rejected it, but I feel like even if he did reject it, he should have a right to be like, I don't want to ride.
Exactly.
I don't trust y'all.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
He's not intoxicated. He has no jacket. Offer him a jacket. You know what? We're in a car. Here, you take that. Are you okay? We don't get that. We don't get the same treatment.
No,
so,
ever.
You know, it's just,
Clearly, it's like,
It is sad.
It is
it's
sad.
like even in life or in the workplace, we always have to work 10 times harder for everything.
Everything, literally. And you have to constantly tell your kids that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're Black. You need to have your education. You need to have manners. You need to be a certain way.
You need to be able to code switch.
Oh, girl, don't talk about code switch. I am tired of code switching. I'm literally, I don't know if there's anybody out there that can resonate with me. I'm tired. I am tired of laughing at jokes that aren't funny.
And you know, I don't want to, guys, I
Maybe that's a part
promise.
of my personality.
I'm tired of like literally, like
You know,
no,
I
like
think
seriously
that
this year, like no, I mean, I wouldn't say like because it's 2021, but I feel like when I turned 30, there's so many things I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
Like I go to work and if it's not funny, like,
I've been doing that my whole life. I'm sorry.
What are you telling me?
stuck with it.
I don't know what you're telling me.
But you know
Stop
what?
this. It's
What
not
are you
funny.
saying?
It is not funny, sister.
like it's really not. Like
I
I'm
grew
not
up
doing it.
code switching though.
We all did.
But I grew up with white people, so it was 10 times harder.
We all code
It was
switch.
10 times harder.
Did you code switch? You did?
I don't feel like I had
'cause
to
you were in
code
good
switch
shape.
because I was in the hood
You're in good-
and all the white people were trying to be black. So they was code switching.
Yeah, I definitely had to code switch because I worked at the airport. I was meeting a lot of different people. Girl, you already
No,
know.
but I mean like growing up and stuff.
But here's the thing.
Growing up?
I've been
I'm
doing
not
it
saying
since
I
I'm
don't
like
deny.
4 years old, code switching.
Because you grew up,
With white people.
yeah.
And that's, you know. Shout out. I'm just saying.
So how was that like? Because I know you guys have a similar background in terms of how you guys grew up. Can you guys
Oh no,
share?
no, definitely not. Hers
It's
way
just-
harder, but you know than mine. I mean, you know, but I could definitely attest to being isolated, being taken away from, you know, majority seeing black faces. Yeah, I can attest to that. But you know, back to like the whole code switching comment. You know, it's so funny that I find that I don't really like code switch in a sense. You know what I do?
Yo.
Do you know what I do? It is so weird, but I just adapt everything into my personality.
No.
So it's like, it is like, don't get me wrong. There's certain things and words I wouldn't say around a predominantly white person. But how I'm saying it is definitely the same way I would say it to anybody else. Like, you know, if your shoes are really big, your shoes just are really big. It doesn't matter.
She's
Like,
not lying because when I met Khadijah, can you talk about why I met
just feel
Khadijah?
like-
I didn't like Khadijah. She was just like, put your bag on the belt. And I'm like, you know,
mind you,
but it's
I'm
funny how we're
super
friends now,
happy.
but
like what she's just
Yeah.
described, inside
that's
and
how she
out,
was at work.
I am super happy. Like, you know, those people that, you know, when you look at them the first time and you say,
It's just that
you know-
RBF?
no, not even. Like, I don't even know what that means. But
Me neither.
Resting
RVA.
bitch face?
oh, okay,
Yo,
I lied.
Khadijah
I
was
do
the
know what
queen
that
of that.
means.
She'd come, her hands in her pocket,
never heard
and she
that.
just like,
You've never heard of your resting bitch face?
I heard that, but not RBF. Like, is that a new thing?
No,
Thank you.
it's been a
acronym.
thing.
Thank you.
No, I just
Damn
never
it,
heard that.
don't
acronym.
feel bad.
We're not
okay?
the same age. We didn't say that in my time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay,
But
but
anyway, back to my face. Though.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I just have to realize that is just generally my father's face. Like, if you were to take a picture of my father and I back in the day, we don't smile. Like, and the funny thing is, we could be the most happiest person. We just don't smile. Like,
yeah,
you
because
know?
when I got to know her, I was like, yo, and then how many years later, we're friends. Like we
In
remain
my
friends,
head,
and we're chill.
I can't picture you not grinning. That's all I see.
Who?
Khadijah?
Khadijah. I'm saying this is
Oh
great.
yeah, I know, because we're in the same space at my house and we're playing Uno, and now that you get to know her. But if you had just met Khadijah, Khadijah stink.
I can imagine.
Like
It's probably
stink.
dry. Like,
Just dry.
Actually, no. It's not dry, okay? It's definitely seasoned. It's seasoned, okay? You know, you just gotta, you know, moisten it up. But I'm very seasoned.
But can we talk about the fact that we actually have to code switch?
Yeah.
Depending on where you work
Where you
and
work.
Your environment.
That's what
and-
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not
Depending on
saying I
where you
haven't
work.
done it. Like, I do it. Don't get
Yeah.
me wrong. But I feel like, you know, part of it just kind of goes with my personality, you know, too, because everybody's, you know, different. Like we said, like, I grew up in Regent, but I was taken away. Okay, I wasn't taken away. I was moved around a lot. So, you know, I started to see, like, predominantly Indian people, predominantly, like, you know, then ended up being just white people. Italian, same thing. But, you know, it's just, you gotta either adapt or you don't.
Definitely.
And I think I did.
And I think we're pretty good at adapting. We're like a chameleon. We gotta adapt from the time we were born to, like, you know, that's a part of our, it's just part of us, our culture. We have to do that.
How was it for you, Bambi? Like growing up strictly
in a predominantly white.
and
It's crazy. You know what?
Area.
When I moved from Toronto, Scarborough to Gatineau, I'll never forget my first day of school. I was the only black person in the entire school, including staff. Everyone looked at me in that school. When I mean staff, every student, everyone looked at me.
So you didn't have all
They
that.
touched my hair.
You never had all that.
and you didn't box them?
They asked me where I was from.
That must have been really
They asked me if I had siblings. They couldn't believe we were five in the same house. You have 5 siblings? Like, everything was different to them. Everything.
How was it for you, like, and your mental, like, at that age, going to being the only black person? Like, how was that? How did you feel about that?
So I struggled in elementary school, I could say. Because, like, you come from Toronto, it's probably multicultural. Then you go there and it's all white people. So I struggled in elementary school, I can't lie. But then when I went to high school, it wasn't too bad. We mixed. Well, I mean, there was Arabs and couple other black people, and it felt like, you know, you see them, we all stick together. They're still all my friends till today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So going into that of you multicultural and all of those things, how did you see a lot of interracial couples?
It's funny because growing up, no. You see, I see the interracial couples now, and although I like have a lot of white friends, I grew up with a lot of white people. I'm not a big fan of interracial couples. No, but I think it has to do with how I grew up. You know, I grew up with black parents. Everyone around me was black. All my aunties, everyone. And the strength that there is in that, I just can't picture breaking it. Like, that's just, I can't picture anything else. I can't picture myself with a white man. Like, y'all are cute and all, but.
So before we continue this conversation, I have a clip that I want you guys to see, my guest. His name is Anthony O'Neill, and this is what he had to say about dating, black and white couples, interracial couples. And I love what he said because he didn't put down any other race, but he's simply just showing what it means to him with dating within his race. So you guys look at this clip.
I would never date outside my race.
Tell us why.
When I looked at how I was raised, I saw 2 strong black mothers in my life. And I was like, that's what I want as well. I want to show my family. I want to be the example that a black family can be strong. A black family can be millionaires without being a basketball player, a rapper, a hip hop artist. But it could be a young, vibrant, thriving, God-fearing, hard-working family that has built wealth from, nothing. Mind you, I don't have a problem with anyone dating whoever they want to date, because I do believe that love doesn't see a color. But I think for me, when I hear interracial dating, I'm like, it's cool, that's great. But for me, I specifically will look at a black woman only because I know that I've been called to be the example within my community.
Okay, so guys, am I the only one that just loved what he said?
No, I love what he said.
It's just like he broke down everything so simple.
He just he didn't put down any other race, and that is why I wanted to talk about that as well, because I feel like sometimes people hear people say like, oh, I don't like interracial couples. We're not trying to put down your race. We're just loving ours. We understand the importance of having, like, black love is black wealth. We're keeping it in the family, and just like Bambi said, like, it's nice to see, you wanna be with somebody that understands you at the end of the day. Because black women go through the same thing black men, maybe not to the extent. But you want to be with somebody, Didi, that when you come back, you're like, yo, this is what happened to me at work.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is what happened to me at work. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got stopped by the cops. Really, babes, like, they understand it.
And I totally agree. But I just feel like when we talk about interracial couples, especially as black women, we only focus on a black man with a white woman.
Ooh.
And then if we do focus on a black woman with a white man, it's like,
It's different.
Nothing's
Yeah.
wrong with that. But my question is,
It's true. That's true.
my question is, why is it like that? Because like, either way, it's interracial.
Because they always want to focus on the man.
And also, why do we only think about it being a white person? It could be Asian, it could be Hispanic, it could be Arabic.
What I was gonna say is, it's funny you're asking that, because what I think is weird is the problem that, why is it only a problem with black people? Because Arabs, no, hold on. Nobody has a problem with Arabs keeping it between them.
Oh,
with
that's
Indians keeping it between them. Asians keeping it
Preach.
between them. But there's so much strength in a black woman and a black man, they don't want it.
Yo,
They don't want it.
preach. They've been trying to separate us guys from the beginning of time.
slavery time.
Because they know how strong we are together as a unit. And to touch back on with the black woman and the white man, yo, honestly, I go make a little hypocrite. I may feel that way about a black man and a black woman. It's like, but I just feel like when a black woman goes with a white man, like she's fed up. Like she's tired of the struggling Negro. And she's just like, nah, let me go to someone that's gonna value me or that's gonna accept me for who I am. Like, look at Keke Palmer. Like, she's bomb as fuck.
It's funny you said that, but
That's just how I think when I see a black
what if a
woman.
black man, because you said that and I'm like, what if a black man said, I'm tired of the struggling
Black
woman?
But I'm saying that's how I look at it. Like, that's just me. You know, like, and I said I'm gonna make a little hypocrite. I called it out. Like, I know I'm being, I'm contradicting myself. I'm being contradicting.
Yeah.
I am contradicting myself, and I'm gonna call it out. Like, when I see a black man and a black woman, I'm like, yeah. But when I see a black woman and a white man, I'm just like, girl, you must have been really tired, because let me tell you why. The black man is the most desired race out of everyone. Indians want him, white women want him, Chinese women want him, everybody wants him. So if a black woman is moving on to a white man, she tired. Cause I know my first pick is a black man. But how long is he gonna be your first pick until you're like, yo, honestly, you already know we're biological.
Forever.
I want kids by a certain time. I can't stick in this with you. You're not getting it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that is why I feel the way I feel, and that's why I think when it comes to a black woman, like Eve, she dated Stevie J, yo. I don't know what the hell he did, but she was like, I'm tired of these Negroes.
Wasn't like Serena Williams with like Drake or something?
She was with Common. I don't know if Drake was a fling. Allegedly.
I heard it was a fling. Yeah, they had
I think Drake was allegedly, but she was with
guys,
Common.
I don't know rich people's business.
Me too, girl.
She was with, you know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, like that's just my opinion. How about you guys? When you see a black woman with a white man, what is your opinion on that?
I'm sorry to say, but you see how my face is stinking straight. I just walk right past and mind my business. Like, to be honest with you, the reason why I say that, again, the reason why I say that is because I don't know what's wrong with the world. Like, you can't help who you connect with. You can't help who you fall in love with. Some people say you can, but I mean, if you're cute, you're cute. If you're not, you're not. If you're white, you're white.
You can control
you're black,
who
you're black. You definitely can control who you fall in love with. But like, for instance, you say you want this, and this, and this. How do you even really know what you really want?
Well, because you dated people, so you know what you don't want.
Yeah, but true. Well, what if you never dated a white man?
Exactly.
We're just like,
I'm never dating a white man.
So how would you?
Well, I'm never dating.
I'm one of those
I
ones.
never did. Oh,
I just feel like
let me not
Billies.
say
I feel like
nothing
Billies
because-
love to kill off their wife when they're pregnant, and I'd rather take Bun from Tyrone than lose my life. That's just my. I watched a lot of Dateline, guys. Dateline was my shit. You know how that meme is like, women like to watch serial killer documentaries to chill. I was one of them. Okay, I love a Dateline. And one thing I noticed at what they all had in common, they always killed their wife when they were pregnant. I do not want to be a part of that statistic. There, even the other day on the internet, there's a black woman. Her man was white. She was pregnant, and he killed her. Nah, we're not doing that. I'll take 500, Alex. I'll take Tyrone. Give me money. Let me have my life, okay? Because I can bounce back from a bun. I can't bounce back from the grave.
Yeah, you can in the next life.
Girl, bye. I will not. I mean, no disrespect to white men. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and yeah, I don't know what God has in stores for me, but nah. Like, I feel like.
Okay, but.
I would want a black man.
Imagine saying this now, and 10 years down the line, your ass is tired, and you're with a Gary.
I will come on TV and be like, "Hi guys, DJ Mary B. I have to swallow my words. And if I go missing, you know who did it.
This just in. Breaking news.
Right? But on the topic of that now, how do you guys feel about, do you feel like you could be pro-black and date a white woman or date a white man?
It just goes back to what you said, being a hypocrite. Basically.
Making a little hypocrite.
Yeah, basically, that's exactly it. Because it's like, how you saying one thing but then doing another?
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, it's weird.
When you see that, it's like, well, what are you going on here?
You know? It's kind of like when you hear like.
I can't understand that one.
Well, I don't know. Like,
Only seen it.
I'm not from Bitsy or any of that.
Only. I know only seen this.
like, I'm not the only one. Like, you're for us, but what? Like, it's so, okay. Like I said, love has no color, right? If you love who you love.
Agreed.
But like, if I see a black man being pro-black and his wife is white, I'm just like, what? Like Killer Mike, he's so pro-black and he's like, yo, my wife is black. I'm like, you make sense. Because you're a representation, you're representing black love, you're for us, by us, all that. But when your woman is white, or even like, I'm just like,
it's like, how can she relate to our struggles?
I don't get it. Like,
how can you say you're pro-black and your partner cannot relate to us? So
that's awkward.
I feel like a lot of people who are pro-black have to water down their culture to suit the other person. Not pro-black. I mean, a lot of people who are in interracial relationships had to water down their culture to suit the other person. Because, you know, certain people, like, I can't be the white man and just be like, yo, like, my last ex gave me a tabanca. He's gonna be like, a what?
I'm sorry, I don't speak your language.
Come on. It depends who you're dating when it comes to that.
Like, I'm dating a Gary and I'm like, you want some oil down? He's like,
my head.
Oil who? I don't know what that
what is that?
You want me to just put down in the oil?
Yeah, it's like, but then you know what? You have some white people, they do want to learn. When they date black women or date black men, they do want to learn your culture.
They do want to learn because they have to learn because they're in it.
They have to keep up. You got to keep up.
Because they're in it. But I wonder what the conversation with their kids are. Like, example, if you're a pro-black man and you're talking to your sons, and then they ask you, but what about mommy? What's your answer then?
Ooh.
I just wonder.
That's a good question.
In the next episode, we'll definitely begin those answers.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So I want to touch on this topic. The black woman's worst enemy is the black woman. Why?
Preach it, sister.
Why? Why is that?
I guess we just grew up seeing it. I mean, like, you're in your household, like your mom's friend will come over. Then as soon as she gone, you don't see she here. You see these shoes she have on the food, so she can't buy new shoe then. So why she trying walking around so dirty? So we grew up and we're like,
facts,
oh, so it's normal. But then again, we don't trust nobody because I'm not trying to go to someone's house and say, you don't see she shoe?
Yo, you know what I'm saying?
This is the only shoe I can afford.
Facts. It's facts. And I hate that, like, you know, sometimes you'll go on social media and it's like another black woman putting down another black woman. It's like, girl, people are already against us. People already say that we're loud, we're belligerent, we're all these other things. People are saying that. So it's like, why are you coming after me, sis? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, why is that? Like, but like Dee Dee said, I think it's definitely how your upbringing is, what you see, your experience, you know? So,
100%.
Yeah.
What do you say about that?
I seen this thing on Instagram. It was some black girl. She was talking about how she posted this video, and black woman came for her hair. I mean, her hair wasn't the best, but black woman came for her hair. So the next day she posted a TikTok again, and she's talking about how all the black women could have helped her out, could have talked to her about her hair. This was the first time braiding her hair, so they could have gave her some advice, which is facts.
True.
That's just an example of what black women do. We're always there talking about, supporting each other, supporting this, support that.
But are we really about that?
No.
Because I remember seeing a video by Tiana Taylor. She's like, I'm so tired of the fake woman empowerment. Like, you on social media, I'm for women, I'm for that. But are you really like that though? Because you can go on social media and you could be whoever you want. But you have to remember, there's people that know you in real life. There's people that know you in real life. Integrity.
They see you.
We need to have integrity. That's what we need to do. Be real.
Facts.
If you know you're not there yet to be a woman empowerment, then you're not there yet. It's okay. It takes time to get there. But don't go and say you're all about that, and then behind closed doors you're putting down another woman.
You're a snake.
You're a snake. You're talking bad. You're calling people out their name. Don't do that. It's all about integrity.
That's just you being miserable. That's a reflection of you.
Period. How you treat other women shows a lot about who you are. You get what I'm saying?
As a person.
As a person, exactly.
That's even just like, if, I know it's kind of off topic, don't even at me, but it's just like me and you being best friends, and then you break up with your man and I just go sleep with him, or I date him.
That's another topic, girl. That's another topic. We're gonna get into that. How do you guys feel about dating exes? No, that's off limits for me.
Definitely not. Wait, you asked that?
But definitely not. But there's people that do it.
But in these times, girls, we gotta talk. You didn't talk to everybody. Them DMs that said, "What up, ma?" You didn't talk to him.
Yeah.
So them girls that go around like, "No, I was talking to him, blocking everybody's blessing." No.
He was talking to you, ma'am.
If y'all were dating, okay.
Yeah.
You know? But if your friend had a one conversation with a guy, she can date him.
I'm talking about friends fucking their friends, man.
Yeah.
Having babies by their friends, man.
Yeah.
Like, that is what I'm talking about.
Babies? I was like,
babies. Like, there's people that are trifling, okay? What I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about women that know that you are dating this person. They know you guys have a history and they're okay.
Okay, but what if you guys aren't even dating, but she knows you're interested in him, and then he shows interest in...
You're changing the dynamics.
In her instead.
No.
No, I just want to know.
I feel
that's all right.
I think that's okay.
He don't like you.
But, oh gosh.
If it's not like that, then why not? Why not? Let him be.
He don't like you.
He don't like you.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
guys.
last question before we end things.
Yes.
Who has the final say?
When it comes to keeping a child.
I'm sorry.
Because it's like we gotta-
Listen, I think we got the answer. Right here. From right here.
Us?
Of course.
Definitely.
Of course.
Women, we're gonna end it off with this. If you're gonna have a child, have the child for you. You have to make sure that you are thinking of everything. Like, if he leaves you, you'll be okay with taking care of this child. If he's gone and you don't have a village, you will be okay. Do not keep a child for the man. Do not keep a child because a family member says they're gonna help you. You keep the child if you want to keep the child, because that child is your responsibility until one of you guys goes 6 feet under. So with that being said, thank you for pulling up with me and the girls, rolling with the homies. And check us out on our new episode next week.